Well, good day, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino Beer Review. Today we have the beer from Block 3 in beautiful St. Jacobs, Ontario. This beer is brought to me by the one, the only Sensodyne and Colgate tandem. Colgate picked it up, Colgate gave it to Sensodyne, Sensodyne brought it over here. This is Block 3's Dry Hop, D-R-I-E hop. This is a Brett Pale Ale. Now, I was Weiss rolling it, so it might explode when I open it up, because there is a very large caking of Brett on the bottom of this. And it didn't blow up, I'm okay with that. Wow, this beer is getting so much thicker as I pour it. Before I did the Weiss roll, it was very clear on the top, and the amount of cake that came off the bottom was very worrisome. And just, wow, that's completely. I don't know if the camera picked that up or not, but that just looked like splooge. It looked like splooge. I'm sorry, Graham and everybody else. It looked gross to pour out the bottom bits there. But at the same time, it looked amazing. I mean, let's be honest. Okay, so our Brett Pale Ale is what? It's 4.7% alcohol by volume. I'm actually really excited about this. I don't think I've had many Brett Pale Ales. I've had Brett Stouts. I've had Brett Saisons, of course. I've had Brett Wheats. I've had Brett in. I had Brett in an old ale. There's a lot of things I've had Brett in, but I don't think I've had it in too many pale ales. And that's exciting. So let's pick this monstrous thing up now. Completely, now that it's been poured, completely opaque. You know what it kind of looks like? I don't know how many of you watched that video from me, but Double Coit, the Double Coit grew it from Bose. Very thick, very meaty looking. This is the same thing. It just looks like it. It does not look like it would be a beer at all. It kind of looks like I just did some fresh squeezed apple juice, made some fresh squeezed apple cider or something, or grapefruit juice. It's just such a dark color, and it's changing from, like, down here we have almost white, and then we have like an orangey gold hue in the middle with beautiful white head. It's visually very appealing for me and very scary at the same time for me to smell. The Brett just takes over in this. You know what? The Brett in this actually makes it smell like it's a ice-aged barrel. So an ice wine barrel. It actually smells like an ice wine barrel. I'm basically smelling beautifulness, to be honest with you. I'm basically smelling, well, other than ice wine, I'm smelling that beautiful sweetness and that apple brandy like smell that you get from an ice wine barrel. Yeah, a tiny touch of sourness, a tiny touch of sweetness, and that apple brandy smell. I'm not getting barnyard funk or anything like that, which I'm okay with. I'm not picking up too many hops either, which I'm okay with at the same time. Let's try it. Cheers. Ooh. So Brett's an interesting monster to me. It seems to be able to give you three different very unique profiles. You can either get funk, horse blanket, barnyard funk, all that sort of stuff. You can get a sour tartness, or you can get a weird earthy dryness, which is what I'm getting from this. The finish is earthy, dirty dryness, and I'm okay with that. Uh, there's a dryness up at the forefront too. I'm not really getting that sweet malty forefront that you get in a lot of beers, even pale ales. I'm not getting that, and that's just interesting and cool at the same time. Yeah, just like a neutral graininess up at the forefront, dry neutral graininess, maybe a touch of rye spice. I'm not saying rye is in this. I'm just saying when you drink a rye beer and you get that slight touch of rye spiciness, that's kind of in the front of this. Again, like a neutral graininess. Then I get a little bit of that almost English hoppiness, as well as some cedar and some pine, and then a earthy dryness. And there is a hop bitterness that lingers. I mean, it's there now. It's in the back of my throat. It's like, hi, I'm here. I'm going to make love to your throat. And it does. It makes love to your throat. It's a really interesting beer. And it's under 5%. So it's a sessionable beer if you can session. I don't know if you want to drink this much Brett, in all honesty. You may have the so-called craft beer shits if you drink a lot of these. You may have it. I've had it a few times with a lot of the bottle fermented or yeast conditioned beers, and I could see this being a thing for you too. But then I do pour I pour the whole thing in. I don't waste a little bit at the bottom of my bottle, because you know what, I paid for that beer. I'm drinking that beer, and if it gives me the diarrhea, it just helps clean me out. But I could see a lot of Brett do that to you. I know that a lot of Brett to some people just destroys their throats the next day. Brett's an interesting monster. Brett is an interesting monster in what it does to liquors and what it does to the human body. And it's a cool thing to play with. And this is a cool little beer to try. Out of 10 on this, I'd easily give it a 7.5. Is it worth more? You know what? Creativity-wise, yeah. Taste-wise, no. Smell-wise, yeah. Taste-wise, it's good. It's good. I would buy a bottle of it. Is it great? A lot of Block 3 beers are great. Their Loneliness, their King Street Saison, their Sugar Bush. They have a lot of really good beer. They're Dead Now. This, it's a good beer. It's a beer that anyone could drink for the most part, and I'm intrigued by it still. I'm not as excited for it as I was when I first grabbed it, and I mean, I say this, and I know that some brewers take me the wrong way. I'm not saying it to be rude to you. I'm just truthfully speaking my mind, and I'm not the new guy coming in to drink a beer, or I'm not the person who is a big fanboy of the brewery, or who comes to the brewery all the time. I'm just a guy that's done reviews for over 2,600 beers now, and I'm just saying that for me, it doesn't wow me. Does that make it a bad beer? No, it's a good beer. I'm leaving it at 7.5. I'm going to take another big swig, and I'm going to save the rest while I watch some more Space Above and Beyond. Cheers, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Devin. Thank you, Block 3. Bye. Yeah, soft, neutral, grainy, dry. Ooh, very hoppy finish. Not a bad beer at all. It's exactly what you'd want, and it was just interesting for me. Thank you, guys. Bye.